Hey guys, today we're learning how to multiply fractions. Now, you're going to need this for your Australian Year 7 maths curriculum, okay? And if you watch this video through to the end and you understand everything and you're able to do it, you should be able to get an A, okay? So let's get to it. In this video, we're going to go through 3 stages. Our first stage, we're going to go over what we already know about fractions. In our second stage, we're going to go through how to multiply fractions and in great detail. And in our third stage, we're going to do some practice questions, okay? So firstly, what do we know about fractions already? Now, the top half of the fraction is called the numerator, and the bottom half of the fraction is called the denominator. And a fraction is actually another way of dividing. So 7 over 8 can also be considered as 7 divided 8. It means the same thing. We also know that dividing is the opposite of multiplying. And that's very important for understanding what happens when we multiply fractions, because there's both multiplication and division involved. So now that we've gone over that, let's learn how to multiply fractions. Okay, so for our understanding, we're going to go over this fraction multiplication. It is 4 over 6 multiplied by 1 over 2. And now you can think of this in your head as we're going to half the 4 over 6. So in your head, half 4 over 6, it's 2 over 6, okay? But now we're going to see how we go through this with our proper technique so that we can do much harder fraction multiplication with great ease, okay? So now it's pretty simple, but you're going to have to remember this, okay? So we take our top half of our fraction, which is called the numerator, and we're going to multiply both of them together. So the numerator of our first fraction and the numerator of our second fraction are going to multiply, and the denominator of our second fraction and the denominator of our first fraction are going to multiply also. Now we can take a look at this and solve it over here. So 4 times 1, that's 4. Anything times by 1, it's just itself. And now we're going to do 2 times 6. So that is 12. So 4 over 12. And now that's not what we said before. Before we said 2 over 6. And now that wasn't even the correct answer. Because when we do our fraction multiplication, we also have to do simplification. So we're going to try simplify this fraction. Now, how we're going to do that is through finding a common factor. Now, I can tell you the common factor for this one here is going to be 4, because both 4 and 12 have common factors of 4. So now if we divide the top half and the bottom half of the fraction by 4, we can simplify it to its simplest form. So let's do that quickly. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So now our answer is 1 on 3. And if we take a look back here, this could have been simplified. It could have been 2 over 3. And now 2 over 3, half of 2 over 3, well, that's 1 over 3, or a third. Half of 2 thirds is 1 third. Okay, now that we've done that, let's take a look again at what we did. We multiplied the numerators, or the top half of the fraction, and we multiplied the denominators, or the bottom half of the fraction, and that created a new fraction. And then we took it a step further, and we simplified the fraction. Now this is all you have to do. 3 steps. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and simplify. If you do that, you can get an A. Now let's go through some practice questions together. Okay, we're going to go over 3 practice questions. This is going to be our first one. 7 over 8 multiplied by 3 over 4. Now, do you remember what we do? We multiply the numerators, we multiply the denominators, and then we simplify. Okay, so let's multiply the numerators. 7 times 3, that's 21. 8 times 4, that is 32. So we get 21 over 32. Now this one can't be simplified any further because 7 and 3 are the only factors for 21. Now in this one we're going to try it with some larger numbers. So we have 33 over 14 times by 7 over 2. Now what do we do first? We multiply the numerators. Second, we multiply the denominators. And third, we simplify if we can. Okay, so let's try this. 7 times 33 is 231. And 14 times 2 is 28. Now in this case, I wouldn't expect you to be able to figure out if there are any simplifications of this fraction, so don't worry about it here. Okay, let's go on to the last question. Okay, this is our last one. There's some tricks. Okay, this is our last example. Now the simplification on this one is going to be there. Okay, this is our last one, so let's go through it. 1 over 8 multiplied by 8. Okay, so this is our last one. Let's go through it. 1 over 8 multiplied by 8 over 2. So what do we do first? Multiply the numerators. Second, multiply the denominators. And third, we simplify. Let's multiply the numerators. 1 times 8. Anything times itself is just itself. So 8 over 8 times 2, that's 16. So our answer is 8 over 16. Now, we can tell that both of these would have factors of 8. So let's try dividing the top and the bottom by 8. Because remember, if you do it to the top and the bottom, your answer is going to remain the same. And that is how you simplify. So if we divide 8 by 8, we get 1. And if we divide 16 by 8, we get 2. So our answer here is actually going to be 1 over 2 or half. So there you have it, guys. That's how you multiply fractions. Now, if you can do that on your own, you'll be able to get an A in your Year 7 Australian Maths curriculum for fraction multiplication. Now, if you learned anything in this video, please leave a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment. And thank you for watching this video. Bye.